Goodbye, Millsey, also known as Fat Jack. Anyone growing up in Savanna, Illinois in the early 60s knew Fat Jack. Because he knew everybody. As expected, yes. He was leader of the pack. He was a tough kid, but he had a soft, soft heart. Being the youngest of four brothers, he was also cagey and smart. He was an enigma, even in high school. He not only ran with the jocks, but he hung out with us troublemakers, as I said. He was smart like a fox. There are scores of stories about Fat Jack. He was as close to a legend as one can get, especially with the kids in the class of 1962 and 63, liked by one and all, on that you can bet. We all grew up in Savannah, a railroad and farming town combined. Jack was one of those city kids. When it came to class consciousness, Fat Jack was blind. He once stayed overnight on our farm. My older brother Neal was in his grade. At 3 o'clock in the morning, Fat Jack crawled in bed with me, afraid. I'm hearing strange noises. And Fat Jack was quite sincere. I couldn't believe this tough kid was showing me all his fear. But that was Fat Jack. What you saw was what you got. If you were a friend of Jack's, he'd come to your aid if you were in a spot. He loved hunting as a kid. I guess he still hunted right to the end. Jim Shaw almost shot him in the head. Shaw was another too soon lost friend. The birds were landing. Jack jumped up to take aim in front of Shaw, who was getting ready to fire. Close calls was Jack's middle name. But Jack was very resourceful. When he was too young to drive, he'd take the girls to a used car lot. Fat Jack always knew how to thrive. I said Jack never forgot his friends, but his friends also stuck by him. He was in a hospital for months with a blood clot. At times it looked pretty grim. Maxie Marsh brought him pizzas all summer and was there when he checked out. Us small town kids remember each other. There's a strong bond, no doubt. When Fat Jack went off to Arkansas, we all knew that he'd succeed. We didn't know at what, but Jack had a charisma on which others could feed. I've seen him a couple times in the past 55 plus years, and to know now that we're losing him is filling my eyes with tears. But I think you'd all agree that Fat Jack has few, if any, regrets. He basically did what he felt like. He walked a tightrope without any nets. He was a friend to us all, and we'll miss his smiling face and that beefy arm around us as he gave that familiar embrace. As I said, we're small town kids, and that's all we'll ever be. In our minds when we see each other, we're still teenagers again, you see. Maxie, Cooker, and Spike, Irwie, Mixer, Pee-wee, and Shaw. But this picture we have in our minds now will have one fatal flaw. For the kid that we all loved is now gone once and for all. But we'll be telling Fat Jack stories, I suppose, until each of us gets the call. So long, Fat Jack. Irwie Dauphin, also known as Bud the Rhymer.